Hello, my name is Chloe, and I am going to talk about breastfeeding for 2 years. I have uploaded a video before of my son whenever he was 15 months old, and now he is 2 years old. He turned 2 on Halloween of 2013. This is November the 7th, November the 8th. It is about 3 o'clock in the morning, and we are having our late night nursing. This is Raul. And of course, he's very, very sleepy. It's my little 2-year-old. See if I can get a good picture of him. He's sound asleep. And then we've got our little puppies down here that are sound asleep with us. 2 little pit bulls we just got. Sadie and Sasha. Well, back to our nursing session. Raul has been nursing since he was born. And he eats whenever he wants and whatever he wants. And he is not picky at all. Don't have to worry about that. He nurses when he is sleepy, whenever he's scared, or he gets hurt, or he's sleepy. But most of the time he's running around playing and having fun just like any other 2-year-old. I hear lately he's been wanting to cluster feed a lot. But that's perfectly fine. We've been through this before. And there's my little kids in the background, and you can hear my 6 and 7-year-old just woke up. Probably because me making this video probably woke him up. But anyways, I haven't had hardly any problems. He doesn't bite. A lot of people been complaining and saying that I should stop breastfeeding him, that he's too big, that now that he can come up to me and ask for the breast, I should stop breastfeeding. Well, I don't really think that I should, and he doesn't actually ask for the breast. He can't talk yet. And I don't really think that it should matter whether you can ask for it or not, because, I mean, there's babies out there that are, nowadays, 6 to 8 months old, talking. And they come out with this new, your baby can read, and the babies are starting to talk more and everything. I tried that with my kids, but it didn't really work. I must have not been doing it right. But anyways, back to breastfeeding. When I'm in public, I used to cover up. Used to cover him up at first, but that didn't work. Then I used to cover myself up, and now that he's bigger, there's no point in even fighting with him to try to cover myself up, because as you can see, he likes to hold on to everything, and if he can't see it, he gets very upset. Especially if we're in a grocery store or something and he can't see my breast. Whenever he wants to nurse, it makes him very upset. So there's really no point in fighting with him. Just go ahead and let him have what he wants. I mean, he's happy. He's healthy. We don't have any medical problems. He's only been sick twice in his life, and that was with the flu. Every once in a while he'll have a runny nose, but I mean, it's not really, really sick. He's never had an ear infection. He's perfectly healthy. And here he is again. My little man, he's almost asleep. Well, if you have any questions or anything about extended breastfeeding, just let me know. And to those of you that keep complaining about me breastfeeding because he's too old, for your information, the World Health Organization says that you're supposed to feed for 2 years and beyond. That means 4, 5, 6, whatever you and your child believes that you should breastfeed. And also, a long time ago, before there was formula and all this stuff, the average age for weaning your child was around the age of 6. Nowadays, it's 6 months, not 6 years, because everybody's, the media and everybody around, the doctors and all that, saying, give your kid formula, give your kids cow's milk. My son can't even drink cow's milk. He's allergic. So what are we supposed to do? I know they say soy milk, almond milk, goat's milk. I've mentioned goat's milk in my earlier video, but really breast milk is the best you can give your baby. And there is all kinds of benefits for older children. Their IQs are higher, they're less sick, they're not whiny, they're not needy, they're very independent. My little boy, he's 2. I can take him to the park, and he runs away as fast as he can and runs around and tries to play with the other kids. He falls down. He doesn't cry. He gets right back up, gets in the middle of his brothers and sisters, wrestles around with them, and I have no problems with him being whiny or insecure or anything. So all of this stuff about your child's going to be insecure, your child's going to be attached to you, they're never going to grow up, you're abusing your child, it's a bunch of crap. I mean, really. I mean, my older son, I did not breastfeed him. I tried, but it was my first son. I didn't have a clue what I was doing, and I gave up, and I shouldn't have. I didn't breastfeed him at all, and he is very clingy and very whiny. He is 7 years old. He cries all the time. He doesn't want to be away from me. He doesn't have any friends at school. He's always hollering and crying for me at school. And I never breastfed him. But my 2-year-old, him right here, like I said, he gets out there in the middle of strangers at the park, runs around laughing and playing, falling down, doesn't cry, doesn't do nothing, wrestles with his brother and sister, like I said, wrestles with other kids, and no problem. He's not insecure at all. But my 7-year-old that I did not breastfeed is extremely insecure. So that has nothing to do at all with breastfeeding. It just has to do with the child and their own emotions. Breastfeeding has nothing to do with it. So those of you that are wondering about that, that has nothing to do with it at all. It's just the child and the way they develop and their emotions. Some children are strong and independent, while others are very whiny and dependent on you all the time. Every child is different. My little girl, I breastfed her for 4 months and stopped because I was having complications. And she is not clingy at all. Ow, just a second, he's biting. He bites when he falls asleep, and that hurts. He doesn't mean to, though. There's my little man. That's one thing that I do not like. I forgot to unlatch him right before he fell asleep. Is whenever they start to fall asleep when they have teeth, you have to unlatch them because they'll bite down when they fall asleep. They don't do it on purpose, of course. But I'm trying to think of anything else that I can say about breastfeeding. I mean, I have had where he cluster feeds, like I talked about earlier, and he nurses and nurses and nurses, and I get so sore, but I've been okay with that. We've gotten through that, and we're going through it again, of course. But I think we'll be okay. Well, of course we'll be okay. Another thing that helps with sore nipples when they're biting and stuff is olive oil. Oh, it is a blessing. It is a whole lot better than any of those creams that you can put on you or anything. Olive oil is definitely what you want to use. It's all natural. Use extra virgin organic olive oil. It's like the best. Or coconut oil too. Coconut oil actually kills bacteria and stuff. So like if you have a yeast infection, you can take coconut oil and rub it on your breast, and also take some and rub it in your baby's mouth, like on their tongue, the roof of their mouth. It'll help get rid of the yeast infection. Also with thrush and stuff, olive oil works a whole lot better for thrush than that medicine, that nasty yellow stuff that they give you at the doctor. And personally, I don't really like using that. I used that with my first son, and it just made him sick. And I tried the stuff myself, and I about gagged. I couldn't stand the stuff, so I stopped giving it to him and started using coconut oil. Coconut oil and olive oil also help for cradle cap and diaper rash. I'm getting off the subject again, sorry. The breastfeeding's been doing good. He, like I said, he eats good. He's not picky. His favorite thing is pasta. I mean, he loves pasta. I love pasta too. I guess he gets it from me. But, as far as breastfeeding, like I said, there's no major problems I've had. In fact, now that he's older, it seems to be easier to breastfeed him. And he doesn't constantly ask for it and stuff. And every time he falls and gets hurt, he doesn't ask for it. And what's really funny, I've never told him he could not have breasts when he was in public. But every time he falls down and gets hurt in public, he doesn't ask for the breast. Now, whenever we come home and he falls, he automatically wants to nurse. But we're in public, it's like he knows he's not supposed to, which I don't have no problem with it. But for some reason, he seems to think that he's not supposed to. He's supposed to act big like his brother and sister. But anyways, I think that's pretty much it. I've been talking for about 12 minutes. So if you have any questions or comments, just leave them below. And I guess, like I said, that's it. Thank you for watching.